Welcome back to Tech Margadarshi. In this video, we'll solve more important Java beginner programs, including positive or negative, largest of three numbers, leap year, factorial, Fibonacci series, and prime number. Let's improve our coding skills and logic building together. Let's understand how to check whether a number is positive, negative, or zero in Java. First, we declare an integer variable called num and assign it a value. In this example, the value is minus 15. Next, we use an if-else statement. If the number is greater than 0, it is a positive number. If it is less than 0, it is a negative number. Otherwise, the number is 0. In this example, the value is minus 15. So the output will be minus 15 is a negative number. This program is a great example to understand conditional statements and comparison operators in Java. Let's understand how to find the largest among three numbers in Java. First, we declare three integer variables named a, b, and c and assign them the values 25, 40, and 18 respectively. Next, we use an if-else statement along with the logical and operator double ampersand. We first check whether a is greater than or equal to both b and c. If this condition is true, then a is the largest number. If the first condition is false, we check whether b is greater than or equal to both a and c. If true, b is the largest number. Otherwise, c is the largest number. In this example, 40 is greater than both 25 and 18. So the output will be 40 is the largest number. This program helps us understand conditional statements, comparison operators, and logical operators in Java. And let's solve the same problem using the ternary operator, which is a shorter alternative to the if-else statement. We declare three integer variables a, b, and c with the values 25, 40, and 18. Next, we use nested ternary operators to compare the three numbers. First, we compare a and b. If a is greater than or equal to b, we then compare a with c to determine the larger value. Otherwise, we compare b with c. The largest value is stored in the variable largest. And finally, we print it using system.out.println parens. In this example, the output will be largest number is 40. The ternary operator helps us write concise code. But for more complex conditions, using if-else statements is often easier to read and maintain. Let's understand how to check whether a year is a leap year in Java. First, we declare an integer variable called year and assign it the value 2024. A leap year follows three simple rules. If the year is divisible by 400, it is always a leap year. If it is divisible by 4 but not divisible by 100, it is also a leap year. Otherwise, it is not a leap year. In the if condition, we combine these rules using logical operators. If the condition evaluates to true, we print that the year is a leap year. Otherwise, we print that it is not a leap year. In this example, 2024 is divisible by 4 and not by 100. So the output will be 2024 is a leap year. This program helps us understand conditional statements, logical operators, and real-world problem solving in Java. Let's understand how to find the factorial of a number in Java. First, we declare an integer variable called num and assign it the value 5. We also initialize another variable called factorial with the value 1 because factorial calculation starts with multiplication. Next, we use a for loop that runs from 1 up to the given number. In each iteration, we multiply the current value of factorial by the loop variable I. For the number 5, the calculation becomes 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5, which results in 120. Finally, we print the result using system.out.println parens. The output will be factorial of 5 is 120. This program is useful for understanding loops, multiplication logic, and iterative problem solving in Java. Let's understand how to generate a Fibonacci series in Java. First, we declare a variable n to specify how many numbers we want in the series. We also initialize two variables, first with 0 and second with 1, as these are the starting numbers of the Fibonacci sequence. Next, we use a for loop that runs n times. In each iteration, we first print the current value of first. Then we calculate the next number by adding first and second. After that, we update the values by assigning second to first and the newly calculated value to second. This process continues until the required number of terms is generated. In this example, the output will be 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34. This program helps us understand variables, loops, and sequence generation, and it is one of the most frequently asked Java interview programs. Let's understand how to check whether a number is prime in Java. First, we declare an integer variable called num and assign it the value 29. We also create a Boolean variable is prime and initialize it to true. If the number is less than or equal to 1, it cannot be a prime number, so we set is prime to false. Otherwise, we use off for loop to check whether the number is divisible by any value from 2 up to half of the number. If the remainder is 0 for any division, it means the number has more than 2 factors. In that case, we set is prime to false and exit the loop using the break statement. Finally, we check the value of is prime. If it is true, we print that the number is a prime number. Otherwise, we print that it is not a prime number. In this example, 29 is divisible only by 1 and itself. So the output will be 29 is a prime number. This program is one of the most frequently asked Java coding interview questions and is a great way to understand loops, conditional statements, and logical problem solving. That's all for Java Beginner Programs Part 2. Practice these programs regularly to improve your Java coding skills and logical thinking. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Tech Margadarshi for more Java tutorials and coding programs.